Hey y'all. I'm currently right outside of Winterset, Iowa, my first stop on the Judy journey. I'm on Rosemans Bridge, as seen in the film, book, and musical The Bridges in Madison County. I'm literally standing on a bridge in Madison County. This is actually also one of the filming spots for the movie, so I'm standing roughly where Meryl Streep once was, so that's exciting. You can see people have left their marks on the bridge. I included this Jason Rabbit Brown quote, "It all fades away." It all fades away. It all fades away. It all fades away but you. First stop on my way to Minnesota. I'm parked on the other end. It's just beautiful. What is up, y'all? I'm currently in Dexter, Iowa, where at 1 o'clock I will be going to that museum for a tour. You see, I didn't get a chance to come here earlier, but it was just outside of this town where Bonnie and Clyde camped out after their shootout in Kansas City. And it was just outside this town at what was Dexfield Park that Buck and Blanche were arrested, and so at the Dexter Museum they have some relics related to that. And it was also down this street. Before they were captured, Clyde went into town to buy supplies for his brother, medical supplies for his brother. I'm going to ask, I wonder if that's a drugstore, not that, the Rusty Duck, that's a fun name, but this old drugstore. I wonder if that's the place where he did that. I'll have to ask. But yeah, I'm just kind of chilling, just kind of walking around until my tour starts at 1. Just waiting for my tour. But for now, I'm also going to give you kind of a lowdown. I'm going to visit the spot outside of Dexter where they were arrested. I'm going to visit a spot in Perry, Iowa, which is the hospital, once was a hospital, it's not a school, where Buck was taken after he was arrested and where he died. I'm going to be visiting in Stuart, Iowa, a bank that was robbed by the Barrow Gang. So, and then on my way to my aunt's house. Howdy, y'all. So I just got done with the museum tour. Shout out to Doris, who's one of the museum board directors, who sat down and talked to me for almost an hour about all things Bonnie and Clyde. I talked with her about my production, about my Bonnie and Clyde experience, and she told me all about the museum, and I'll be documenting more of that later. She told some really incredible stories about her father-in-law, who was held at gunpoint by Bonnie and Clyde when they had crossed over to the river after escaping from Dexfield Park, and they held her father-in-law, who at this farm at gunpoint to use their car, and he actually ended up helping cradle Bonnie because she had hurt her leg in Florida, cradling Bonnie into and helping her into the car. So that was a shout out to Doris for being awesome and talking with me about Bonnie and Clyde for so long. And we talked about why the story still endures, why people are so fascinated with her, and she talked about how they had a road people coming in for a, oh gosh, I can't think of the word, motorcycle rally. They had somebody with an old Ford come in and had people posing as Bonnie and Clyde that they could take pictures with to raise money for the museum. Museum, and all. If you're ever in Dexter, definitely you can make reservations to check out the museum. They're technically closed because of COVID, but you can. They do take appointments. So I'm planning on writing a lot more of this down later, but it's kind of ruminating, just as it's kind of ruminating in my head right now. So now we're at what was the former site of Dexfield Park, and we hear the Barrow Gang was captured. There's a little plaque telling you the story of Dexfield Park. And across the way here is where it would have all happened. This is the marker. And then across the way is where it would have happened. As you can see, I've crossed the highway safely. There's not a lot of traffic. Oh, and I'm wearing my boots that I wore in the show, actually. But I'm in right over here. It's where it all would have gone down. Pretty flowers. This is roughly where Blanche would have been arrested. I'm going to be visiting a couple more spots from here momentarily. But it's crazy that I'm even here. Another Bonnie and Clyde historical site. First National Bank, 1934. It's a hair salon now. But once it was a bank that was robbed by the Barrow Gang. And the final Iowa Bonnie and Clyde spot. Final Bonnie and Clyde spot. Former site of King's Daughters Hospital where Buck Barrow passed away a couple days after he was shot in Dexter.